Right then, after the draw with Liverpool last weekend, we progressed through the FA Cup on Sunday night after, going toe-to-toe with Arsenal. Took a penalty shootout to do it, but we managed to prevail, and Arsenal fans are still crying. Don't worry about that. Some things never change. Southampton, meanwhile, won their first match of any kind since November, putting 3 past Swansea to secure their path into the fourth round. But they have lost each of their 3 Premier League matches under new manager Ivan Juric. They shouldn't be expecting to pick a result up at Old Trafford. Hopefully United have turned a corner. I think the mentality of the team has been really strong in the last few days, even if the quality on the pitch hasn't quite been there for us. Now, Juric, since he's took over at Southampton, has introduced quite a few different tactical elements whilst trying to stick to the formation that we saw under Russell Martin. Under Juric, they are expected to engage more aggressively in pressing. They aim to disrupt the opponents when they're trying to build up, with a focus on winning the ball back quickly high up the pitch. That was highlighted by Juric himself when he mentioned he was wanting a lot more pressing and a quick change in mentality to match what he sees as his football philosophy. Juric's teams are known for being physical and intense, and aiming to make Southampton hard to beat through that level of physical exertion is what he's trying to do. That was echoed by Ramsdale, who mentioned that Juric wants the team to be way more aggressive and crush spaces. Now, Juric typically employs a back three, which aligns with the philosophy of having that solid defensive structure. The formation provides stability, but also allows for wing-backs to provide width and options, I think you would say, in attack. Typically, with the way they're playing at the moment, a little bit like United has been both at Anfield and the Emirates, it's probably going to look like a back five. And the tactical setup that they've got is intended to make them a tougher nut to crack defensively. And that's going to be playing into how I want to see United line up in this. If United went with a forward 3 in this, we're going to struggle to score goals. So Diallo playing wing back is like the first decision I was making. Even if Delors wasn't suspended, it was a decision that had to be made going into this game. Now, Southampton's system is designed for quick transitions from defence to attack, and he encourages players to look forward immediately after winning the ball back rather than recycling it. That's evidenced by Sugawara talking about the training sessions, focusing on attacking as soon as they regain possession. His teams often use man-orientated approach when it comes to defence, with each player assigned to mark one opponent quite closely, and that tactic was part of his style at previous clubs and probably going to be implemented at Southampton, even though we've not quite seen that, certainly not seen it effectively yet. But they do like to maintain pressure on the ball carrier kind of at all times. They don't usually let people have it and sit off. They will look to try and engage and impact the player that's in the ball. He has shown the ability to adapt his tactics based on the opposition. That could mean Southampton might change formation or strategy when they come to Old Trafford, depending on the game state or how he sees a way to break down United. United have looked really good defensively of late. I think that if you're thinking Liverpool and Arsenal kind of struggled to break them down, and Arsenal did. I mean, people want to go on about the XG that Arsenal created. There was nothing in it while it was 11 aside. So, you know, United at the moment, I think, are defending quite well. There's room for improvement. I think a lot of the improvement with United comes at the other end of the pitch when we're in possession, to be honest with you. I think defensively we don't look too shabby. Star man, I think, for Southampton, I'm going to go with Tyler Dibbling. I think he's been their shining light this season. Gave Delors an absolute torrid time in the reverse fixture. He's got everything that you would want. Speed, dribbling size, ball carrying, nice left foot, top player, top prospect at just 18 years of age. Was linked with United heavily after the first game against them. But it is what it is. In terms of the United 11, I think that they'll have a deep line. So the temptation to play pace in the forward line, more pace in the forward line than Højlund, isn't really there. And Joshua Zirkzee is getting a start from me. Hopefully, he gets a better reception than he got the last run out at Old Trafford. Deserves it after the penalty being stuck away, and his attitude since that moment, actually. But let's start at the back. Onana's back in net for me. I know there was some people got really carried away with Bayindir's performance at the weekend, but Onana's back in net for me. I go with a back three of De Ligt, Maguire, and Martinez. If any of them require a rest, I bring Euro in, and I think this is a great game for Euro to play in because I can see United having a very high line, and I think Euro's the fastest out of all of our defenders, so it suits his game perfectly. And I don't actually mind which of the three it is that he comes in for. I think him coming in for any of the three works. So whichever of those physically the most needs a rest, that's who I would take out of the team. And none of them are dropped. It's just a way to get Euro in because he's got a way of playing that I think really suits this particular game. Midfield 2, Mainu and Ugarte. I think those two have cemented themselves as the first choice too, which is nice to see. They both can play. They're both getting stuck in defensive duels. I like it. Mazraoui on the left with Amad Diallo as the right wing back. United were better under Amorim when he was right wing back rather than when he's been playing as one of the number 10s. So Diallo as the right wing back, which means we can put an extra attacker into the team in this instance. And we should be doing this against Southampton, to be honest with you. And that's Joshua Zirkzee alongside Bruno Fernandes behind Højlund. That gives us lots of attacking threat, lots of attacking options. You can see Mainu and Mazraoui getting involved in the final third stuff as well, giving you 4 players there with the back three and Ugarte, which is more than enough to deal with the transitional threat from Southampton. The key man for me for United in this one is going to be Zirkzee, which hopefully means he can capitalise on the performance that he had against Arsenal. It's a chance to make the most of playing against lesser opposition, possibly get on the score sheet. Can we see an Everton performance Mark II? That's what I'm thinking the usefulness of him will be there. Him coming and holding it up whilst the likes of Højlund and Bruno run ahead of him. He's also going to have Amad as well, so he can come and get involved in that whilst the others look to get in and beyond. That might make a bit of a problem for Southampton's back three, which will be a back five, by the way, Thursday night. But that's how I want to see it kind of shaping up. And as always, this video is sponsored by our friends at Hollywoodbets, and they have got another exciting offer for this Premier League clash between United and Southampton at Old Trafford. With United looking to strengthen the campaign and start moving up the league, and Southampton battling to stay in the league, this fixture does promise action-packed drama. And here's the picks that we're going for in this game. We're going for United to win, right? Big, bold, right on the chest. United are going to win this game. And we're going for over 8.5 corners, over 2.5 goals, over 3.5 cards, and Bruno Fernandes to get 0.5 shots on target. He has registered at least 1 shot on target in 8 of his last 10 appearances. We are going for Howard-Bells to get carded anytime as well. He has been booked 7 times this season, so that feels like a knocking bet. And it's been boosted from 6.5 to 1 to 9 to 1. So if you place a £10 bet on that, and it wins, you will win £100 back. And if you'd like to get involved in claiming that bet boost, all you got to do is click the link in the description. And if you are new to Hollywoodbets, you can create an account and take advantage of this excellent new customer offer and more. All of those are linked in the description below. Odds are subject to change. You must be over 18 to participate. And remember, football is unpredictable, and this bet is designed to enhance your viewing experience and certainly no guarantee of a win. For more information on responsible gaming, please visit begambleaware.com. So this special bet is brought to you by our friends at Hollywoodbets exclusively. Click the link below to get involved and give us your bets for this weekend in the comments below. In terms of how to beat them, we have to impose ourselves on the game with our quality. We have to show it. There is quality in this United team, in midfield and defence, especially up front. I still have my question marks, but we have to put that quality to real good use, because there's going to be less opportunities than we want against them. If we score early, we'll be flying and we can express ourselves. Well, the longer this game goes on, the more difficult it's going to be. They're coming with a point. They'll be delighted if they can go home with a point, I think. And then look to try and compete with intensity. United have played with some serious intensity in the last few weeks. Ugarte sort of epitomises this. If he can bring that level of intensity and drag the likes of Mainu along with him, we'll be all right. We will be all right. Like I said, it looks like the mood at United at the moment is really high and really strong. And if we can kind of keep that going over these next few games, we'll be absolutely flying.
Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.